Hello YouTube, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video. Now you know me, I love classic cars, I love American cars, I love supercars, I love hypercars, and I'm always trying to bring you the most exclusive content, the most rarest cars and all sorts and everything in between. But today we're back at Caffeine Machine, not for the VW van meet, but we're actually here to see something very, very special, which I'll show you momentarily. You might even say in the thumbnail and in the description, but anyway, let's go take a look, shall we? So this is what we're here to see, the AMR 24, the Aston Martin F1 car, capable of 220 miles an hour from a 1.6 litre V6 engine. So if you feel you don't see enough VW vans on the road, well, I've got you covered, because there's a fair few of them here. Aston Martin you don't see many of, the Aston Martin Rapide, with Rapide on the number plate. Very underrated Aston Martin. Our first DBX of the evening. A special edition Vantage, the N430, just glistening in the sun. So there's more VW buses in the back car park. As you can see, all different shapes, colours, sizes, ride height, you name it. All sorts here. For those who don't know, an aux is a cable we used to have to plug our phones in when going on car rides, back before the luxury of Bluetooth. It is a shame that a lot of people don't know what an aux is. And we've got some Bentley alloys on this van here, and we've got an LDT van. Here we have a lineup of the Porsches, BMWs, Audis, Mercedes, you name it. They're all over here in the back corner, and they're almost in perfect alignment. And then we have VM4 just chilling. Now, if you didn't already know, Caffeine and Machine have the best sunsets, so I can't wait to come back later when the sun is set and get a good shot of this. We've got owner Phil's Mercedes, his daily, on rotiforms. Next to that we've got C63 and a very nice 190E. It isn't until you get up close to an F1 car you realise how low and how long they are.
You know, there's not many sponsorships like this that we can give out, and so you know, we look for a lot of different things from, you know, people's character and how they make an impact, and you embody all those things, and you just have an incredible journey, and that's what we love. Like, we're, you know, Valvoline always wants to highlight originals, and we look at you as an original. And outside of racing, you've done stunt driving, you did some stuff, I think, Fast and Furious, maybe some movies I'm not allowed to name, but talk about that, because I think that's a really cool aspect of your career has been, did you do some stuff in James Bond? Speaking of Aston Martins, didn't you do a few stunts there?
Complete coincidence, actually. That was way before I actually signed with Aston Martin, but yeah, so it was, as I mentioned before, motorsport has struggled to find the budget to go and do things, to even go racing, let alone be ready to go racing. And it was because of the lack of funding at the time. I had a situation where I auditioned for my first stunt job, and I ended up getting it, although I was probably completely unprepared at the time. I had maybe 3 months of intense training which prepared me for everything that I would ever need to know, and it's very rare to get that opportunity. So I was being paid 9 to 5. My job was learning everything that I could ever possibly need, and then we went on tour, doing these live performances, and it was genuinely one of the best times of my life. That then snowballed, and you meet people on the way, and then you get a contact for this, and then Bond was looking for a female, and then someone else mentions you for another movie, and then things like that, and that's kind of how it's happened. And at the time I was really scared to walk away from racing, because it was all I knew. I was leading the championship that I was racing at the time, but I didn't have the money to continue to finish the season, even though I'd won the front. Obviously it's much nicer weather than the UK, so it dries quite quickly. So I thought to myself, because back in the day, now in karting you have drop down bumpers, so if you hit someone up the bum, your bumper drops down and you get a 5-second penalty, whereas back then you didn't have that. So you, at the start, was absolute carnage. It was like, it was still wet at the time. I was looking at my engine, pretending I've got an issue. Oh God, what's wrong with it? What's wrong with it? Drop to the back of the grid so I don't have anyone behind me pushing me off at the first corner. We go for about 5 laps and it's dry, and I'm about, I don't know, over a lap behind. And then 15-20 minute race over the course. I overtook every single European champion, world champion, everybody. I've got this vision of my dad at the side of the start finish line, literally laying on it with a cigarette in his hand, like this at the side. He was so smug, and that vision will stick with me forever. So even though we were on slick, so we had an advantage, just the vision of my dad looking so smug with that cigarette in his mouth.
night is starting to wind down, but if we stay a couple more hours, we might be able to see the Aston Martin race car being loaded into a trailer. More to come. And just like that, it's over and out. So we brought it back out just in time for it to be collected. So yes, it is only a replica. We're waiting for it to be loaded onto a truck. But yeah, thank you guys for watching the video. If you did enjoy it, please remember to like, comment and subscribe. And yeah, I wasn't expecting to see so many vans this evening as well. And yeah, can't wait till Thursday, 4th of July celebrations, but I'm going to keep that under wraps for a moment. But yeah, let's watch it get loaded, shall we? So there she goes. She's loaded onto a trailer and off to the next destination.